What's up, everybody? Please ask a favor for you all. If you have a beverage, please take it in your right hand and raise it. A good friend of ours is really not feeling well. I'm not going to go into the details of it, but I do want to raise a drink and say, Sportimus, we miss you. We know you're going to catch this on replay, so this one's for you. And guys, don't drink it yet. You might need it after I finish what I'm about to say. But still. So, it's their 40th anniversary, and they're at an old tavern. And the husband's looking romantically at his wife, his hands on her hand. And he's saying, this place just takes me back. I mean, this place has been around for 70 years. This is where we met. This is where I took you out. And she's like, oh, absolutely. And he goes, and you know, about a quarter mile down the road, that farm's still there. She's like, what? He's like, yeah. You remember that night by the fence? She's like, oh, yeah. He's like, I bet it's still there. She's like, I bet you're right. Now, next to them, there's a police officer. He was off duty. He's in plain clothes. And he's like, is this actually going to happen? And so he says to himself, I'm going to make an easy bust. A little bit of indecent exposure, maybe scare these people out. So the couple pays their bill, heads out. The cop pays his bill. He heads out. He starts tailing them. He stays at a good distance. And he sees them. They pull off to the side of the road. He's just kind of camping there waiting. He's like, I'll let them enjoy a little bit of romance before I swing into action. And he sees them, and they go by the fence. He sees them kiss. And he's like, all right. He sees his hands. The man puts his hands around the woman. She leans up against the fence. And what happens next can only be described as pure bodies thrashing. They are going at it. They are moving. This cop is sitting there like, what the hell? This is our old folks here. I need to know what the hell's going on. He's just watched it. He's like, damn. They finish up. These two basically are just collapsed, gasping, and the cop gets out. He's like, you two okay? And the guy's like, oh my, oh God. He just looks and goes, listen, I was here to bust you guys, but I need to know, what is the secret? I heard you two were talking about how this was the bar that was here 50 years ago, how that was the fence, how this was the farm that was here 50 years ago. Is that the kind of romance we need? And the man leans back and goes, 50 years ago, that was not an electric fence.
I knew it was going there.
Roll that footage.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Sportimus, that one was for you.
You just broke my one unwritten rule.
What was that?
I don't know. I didn't write it down.
Oh.
Well, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock Eastern. We're here. We're live. It's Figure Action. If you're watching us here live on YouTube, thank you very much. We love our audience. We've already got a bunch of cool folks hanging out with us in the chat already. So if you're here, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, because I still have a shirt and this guy to give away. I've been tardy on making that. This is exciting because this is the first show in a while where we're going to have the whole gang here. T and Matt are running late, but we're going to have all 5 members of the Figure Action crew here tonight. So, also, while you're at it, check out that link in the description below. It'll take you to our Teespring store where we've got Dave and Joe rocking some of the designs. It was the Fap Hub shirt. Was that officially retired?
It was officially
I don't
banned.
think it's supposed to be unless we got canceled. I don't know, did we?
Yeah, that one. Like, we got an email from Teespring saying that it wasn't allowed. It's
Really?
Like, why?
Well, I mean, it was up for so long, and like 3 people ordered it. I mean, I can't imagine it was really offending too many people. I'll get with my buddy Elon about this because he's all about free speech.
Make him buy Teespring.
Just buy Teespring.
But check out our Teespring shop. We've got some of the best priced podcasting merch out there. It helps out the show, and you'll look good doing it. So yeah, let's get into how everybody's doing. I'm guessing T and Matt will roll in while we're doing this. We'll start out with Mr. Trustarscreamer. Dave, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool?
I'm doing pretty well. It's definitely been a heck of a week. Finally catching up on some of the old backlog on things. I got something really cool. What did I get? Something. Oh, my PlayStation died.
It's officially dead.
My PlayStation is officially dead. I tried to reboot that sucker, and nothing brought it back to life. So that was fun. Yay! Did finish Moon Knight, which is absolutely 2 thumbs up from Dave here. And as far as acquisitions go, yeah, I actually found some stuff I haven't done in a while. I actually bought me some Transformers. It's been a while. I told myself I really wasn't going to get in the whole legacy thing, but I saw Kickback, and he does look good. I mean, he looked really good, so I had to get Kickback. Picked up Iguanus, also because he looked really good. I still passed on Bulkhead. I passed on RC. If I see the Stunnicon, I'm gonna pick him up.
Oh, Dragstrip.
Yeah, Dragstrip. I am waiting for the black repaint of Laser Prime. So, but yeah, got Iguanus. And finally, on one thing that I've been passing on for a while, I picked up the Bumblebee, Origin Bumblebee, because he was only $11.50. I will pay $11.50 for a figure this size. I am not paying $22 for a figure this size.
As I say. Yep.
And then finally, to add to the collection of models that I'm probably never going to build, I had to pick up a goof. I goofed up. Oh, I'm hilarious. No, second to the Red Zaku, this is one of my favorite mechs from the original Gundam series. So
I had the Master Grade back in the day. That was a fun build.
This is just one of my favorite mech designs. It's got a big ass gun. It's got a sword. It's got I don't know if this one has the grappling hook or not.
Yeah, I love that powder blue.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to paint the weapons on this one, but hopefully I'll build this one eventually. You know, after I finish the Voltron and after I finish the Sentinel Fury things, and after there's a lot of shit I didn't cap. There's a backlog of models, but I got it for $15, so.
Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah, that is all the crazy stuff I've picked up this week. I'm happy.
Right.
But more importantly, we got Joe!
Yeah, Joe, how are you? It's good to see you I'm assuming this is the permanent office.
This is actually, this is the only acquisition that I have, because, this acquisition is the reason why I haven't had any others, right? But this is actually my bedroom. I don't have an office yet, but yeah, this is my bedroom, what you can see of it. I'm gonna be here until we can get a contractor in here, and we're gonna put an extra room downstairs.
Nice.
Which actually, I was originally gonna do that, and that was gonna be my office. But I'm gonna actually move my other daughter into that room. It'll give her a little bit more space, and then I'm going to take her room, which is actually a little bit smaller. It'll be about the size of my last office, but it'll actually be like square instead of like an awkward angle. So I think I'll actually end up with more display space, especially if I block the big, huge window, because who cares about windows? Like, a lot of people look outside to the real world, right? Put action figures there. But now, other than that, I'm doing good. I'm happy to finally be somewhat settled in here. It was a really long journey, and I feel like this massive weight's been lifted off of our shoulders, and now we just have all the fun of unpacking, right? Like the whole other side of this room.
I know all about that.
Me too.
It's just full of boxes. Downstairs, there's a whole room that's just full of boxes. there's just so much stuff. Most of this stuff is stuff that when we moved down here a year ago, we just never even touched. We never unpacked. We just left it boxed up, and now we're finally in a position where we can kind of start going through this stuff. So we're like opening, and I haven't even started with my stuff yet, but we're already opening stuff. We're like, oh shit, I forgot we had one of these.
Yeah.
And I know when I go through open up my boxes, it's going to be like every single box is going to be like, holy crap, I forgot I had that.
Yeah, I've got. I just finally started scratching the surface of the stuff that's in the garage. I actually have a fun story because over the weekend I had people over. I'll talk about that when I get to it. But yeah, it can feel like overwhelming. I think it's like everybody thinks that the moment a collector gets into a new space, like the collection's the priority, but it's not. Like it is like the last thing you do. My stuff will probably be the last. Like oddly enough though, like very typical male of me, the first thing was the garage. Like I had to get the garage organized and straight but for a good reason though, because like we have all this stuff, like we had all this furniture coming, and I needed to be able to like find where my tools were, and I had to be able to go out there and get the things without like tripping over boxes. So I actually, thank you, effortlessly random. I appreciate that. It's nice to be back. I feel great. I had to be able to get out there like without tripping over boxes. So that was the first thing. It was like before we even moved in and started living in the house, I had the garage, like I had my tool boxes, I had my cabinets, I had my workbench all completely set up. I had everything was lit and everything. It was almost like that was like my, you would think that would be my collection, right? That would be the first thing I do. But that was actually the first thing. Now we're getting through like all the other stuff, right? Like all the kids' toys and all my wife's knickknacks and all that stuff. We're getting all that out of the way. Getting the kitchen set up. Getting the living room set up. We got our furniture finally for our master bedroom, right? So we're getting all that set up. Probably sometime in the next like 2 or 3 months, I can start like actually focusing on my stuff. Get the plans for that room finalized. Get a contractor in here. Get it done. Get it built. I would do it myself, but I don't want it to look like shit. I want it to look decent, so I'm just gonna have a contractor do it. I've learned a lesson like way too many times of like, oh, it's easy. I can do that. A little bit of drywall, a couple walls. No, it'll look like crap. So I'm gonna have a contractor do it, and it'll take a few months, but I'll get there. But I've already started. I've pre-ordered a few things. So I pre-ordered the Buzz Lightyear. I had to have that, and it's not that I really like that. Like Toy Story, I like Toy Story the movie, but for some reason I saw that figure and I was like, holy shit, that thing speaks to me, and I had to have it. It's weird how things do that. And I ordered a couple of Dragon Ball figure arts, the Namek Gohan and the Namek Krillin. So I'm back in the game. Deluxe says, about damn time Jeff came on. Deluxe
I
says,
was waiting on the call to replace him. There's no replacing me. Let's be honest.
Well, as
So
for
Zero,
me,
how the hell are you doing?
I had a pretty good week. It was a kind of a lighter week at work. I have a half day tomorrow. I have a wedding that I have to go to though. I'm looking forward to going. It's a guy that I used to work with. We became good friends, and haven't seen him much. He's been busy. He actually built a new house during the pandemic. They built a place, so yeah, he was in the midst of all that, and then it's good to be seeing people again. Work was kind of quiet this week. I've actually got a good project going on. So it's been quiet, but I've been able to have heads down time, which I like. So I feel like I'm productive and doing stuff. Had a fun weekend. We did our housewarming. So we had family and friends over. It was an open house, and had a good time. If you're a subscriber of T-Man's, you can see my basement. Just know my basement is a work in progress. Like only half of the Transformers Masterpiece stuff is up. And so like all of my Legacy and Chug stuff is still packed up, and like I was like, oh, please don't show the one wall, because like the one wall is just not even done yet. Where all like my Bayverse and my Diaclone and my G2 stuff, it's just like stuff's like smattered. My Primes and Megatrons aren't up yet, so, and my Titans are still half packed away. I've only got Metroplex and Fort Max up. So if you see it, like T's like, where's his Unicron? He said he had Unicron. Unicron's still packed away, but he'll be out soon. So, yeah, all a work in progress. But the arcade is up. The arcade was a hit. People liked playing my arcade games over the weekend. I believe T like basically beat Turtles in Time, which was fun to see. And hey, speak of the devil, he shall appear. There's T-Man.
And there he is.
Well, I'll finish up with myself. So it was fun having people over. I made we made a lot of food. We had a whole taco bar. We had pulled pork. I made like 18 pounds of pulled pork on the smoker, and it was gone. So everybody was like, it was good, but I was like hoping I'd have some leftovers. So that was fun. So we had T, Kevin, Matt, Mike Rogers showed up, hung out, and like you were saying, Joe, like opening stuff up or forgetting you had stuff. Mike's like, I thought you were like an MMC fan. I said, come on, let's go to the garage. And I like showed him like the boxes of all my MMC stuff. So all my IDW stuff still packed up and kind of ready to be unboxed and put back on the shelf. So I was like, oh yeah, I own that. I forgot about that. One of those fun moments. As for acquisitions, I got from T-Man, I got a drag strip from Legacy, and he is awesome. The only nitpick I have of this figure is they made the back of his head hollow, but I think they're kind of bullshitting us here because they're like, oh, it's his seat. I would rather they just filled in the head. He also slipped in a couple My Hero figurines that he reviewed on his channel, so they are now little desk ornaments for me. I also got myself a Rosario Dawson Ahsoka from Amazon. She's pretty awesome. And I can officially retire that weird not Clone Wars Ahsoka that they did, like if she was realistic but not. So I actually sent that off to someone who needed an Ahsoka in their collection. So this will just go on my Mandalorian shelf. And lastly, I took advantage of I hadn't ordered anything from ShowZ in a long time, and ShowZ has some really good prices. The last time I ordered something from ShowZ, it was the X-Transbots Octane, and the box came absolutely beat to shit. So ShowZ had the Bingo Toys Waveman for basically like $80 less than what U.S. retailers had them for. And I have my, Bumblebee movie 3A figures, 3-0, whatever you want to call them. And while this guy transforms, he's like the scale, he's got the detailing. Deluxe really liked them. I went on Deluxe's recommend for this guy. And I gotta say, this is a good figure. I do understand the hate, and I'm not gonna be controversial about it, but let's just put it this way. Aggregate your reviewers. Aggregate your sources. This is not a perfect figure, but if you're collecting the 3A, 3-0 figures, this looks the part. It feels the part. It has all the posability you want. It does the back thing with the expanding spine. You don't have to transform him, but it's cool that he does. Unlike Monocrat Megatank, which is a figure I absolutely love, this guy actually has articulated fingers. And, articulated on ball joints, I should say.
Yeah.
And he's got the, the forward and back ankle tilt. So.
Now, is that the same scale as my Tactics waistcoat?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you wanted this guy to go with your Tactics waistcoat, he would absolutely fit it, no problem. And yeah, I think it's a great figure. The only thing I haven't done is I haven't put batteries in. It's one of the reasons I brought him to the office. He's got like an interesting way that you activate the batteries. You have to actually take there's a little magnet in the cannon, and you touch it to his eye, and it lights up yellow. But yeah, I just I see a lot of people saying like, oh, Bingo Toys has a bad rep. all based off of their like freshman effort in, you know, a figure that's designed to go with 3A30. So after getting this, I can say I'm very excited for their Windblade, because I think that's going to be, I think that figure is designed to go alongside like Nicey, you know. So I think if you're on the fence about this guy, if you're collecting 3A30, this is definitely cheaper than what you're going to get from 3A or 30. And I'm Bill, if you only want official, I'm sure they're going to make one, considering they're doing RC and they're not done with the Bumblebee movie stuff. But recommended. So T-Man, how are you? And what cool things did you get this week?
I'm good. And I don't know what I got. But, well, one thing I know I got this week is Drex, just like you, but car mode. Yay. I can't remember if I showed these last week, but if I did, I just put up the review for these. Only found them and sent them to me. Best Action, Leonardo and Donatello. And that same day, I got this guy. I feel like I showed this. I might have showed Ahsoka.
I've noticed his box went back up. Does that mean you're not keeping them?
I think I'm selling them.
There's a ringing endorsement, folks.
I have my overall super opinion on them on my review that I just put up. So, if you really want my full opinion, but I like Raphael so far the most out of all these because of the color scheme and this effect right here. I should. But reading's hard. I randomly found this, picked it up because it looked cool. Deluxe, I'm pretty sure he said something amazingly nice. And today, I got this guy. Camerata 01 Rising Hopper.
It's that color scheme, isn't it?
Yes, I love it.
It's a great show. You can watch it all translated online.
Oh, yeah? In English?
It will have English subtitles, yes.
Oh. I know I was watching clips today, and I saw that all the powers are in English, very loud, yelling English.
Mm-hmm.
Which made me remember watching some of Mgo's videos when he buys the belts to make the noise. And I was like, that's exactly like the show.
It's actually a really good it's of the Common Riders, that is a strong one to watch. And I keep saying that one, Drive. You would really, really like X-Aid and Build. But 01 is a solid one.
From the clips, I could almost follow it without it even being in English. But what I liked about this is when they first announced it, I think it was $35, and I liked the body, the proportions look awesome. And then I watched The Amazing's review, and I was like, "Wait, it's out and it's sold out." So, yeah. But now I got my job gave me a gift card that pretty much covered the whole cost, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm finally buying it." So, Grail, as people
was he 35?
No, that's why I didn't buy it and all this. After that initial release, it jumped up above 80 every time I seen it. Sometimes it was over 100. But
it's a good figure. It's a good show.
Yeah, it's $80 now. But yeah, but that's it. I'm good. We can move to topics and news and all the things.
All right.
Well, warning, I might have to jump off randomly because my daughter's here.
Fair enough. Oh, wait. We can't.
Hold on.
Because just on time.
Oh my gosh, for once in weeks, we are playing with a full deck.
Holy
It looks like he has a full head of hair.
Yeah, hair is obnoxiously long right now.
But his
it's
mustache
fine.
retreated slightly.
Yeah, I let my facial hair grow out a little bit. I didn't like it, so I got rid of it. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm here. I did get a few things over the last few weeks. I'm not going to talk about all of them, but I just
Weren't you here last week?
What's that?
Weren't you here last week?
Yeah, but I didn't go through any of my. I just said I'd talk about them next week, which is now. I did end up Amazoning the Rosario Dawson Ahsoka Tano, which is quite striking in person. Very good likeness. I think my butterfly joints are fused a little bit. I might have to heat them up a little bit because I think they're supposed to go further than I can get them to go.
Yeah, they go crazy. Does
Yeah.
yours smell toxic?
Smells
Yeah.
like fanboys. So I said I got a few things, so I'll just talk about that, and then my favorite pickup that I've got in a long time is the big boy here.
What the heck is that?
The Mega Tank Monocrat, because I guess his name is Monocrat, even though it would make more sense if his name was Mega Tank. That's him. That's my favorite pickup so far that I've got.
Who makes that?
Mega Tank. Mega Tank.
Oh,
is the name of the
Mega
company.
Tank is the maker.
Company, and then the character is Monocrat. He's got glowing eyes and a light up fusion cannon. If I can find
He's Megatron. Just call him that.
Pew, 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 pew.
Definitely looks like Megatron. It looks like a what if Megatron was in Bumblebee, maybe?
So this is from what I've heard, this is based off the concept designs of Megatron from the Bumblebee movie.
I love the burnished metal.
And it's painted from head to toe. It's got weathering that actually looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
You know, if you want to head over to the house tomorrow, I can show it. No, oh, you moved to Florida. What a bastard!
It's only a couple hours flight.
What a bastard! So that's me. That's me for the week.
We've missed you both, Joe and Matt. We got them back.
Joe, did you? I know I'm late. Did you have any haul?
No. But I
No.
gave a little preview of what I have on order.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting in my hall. It's the hall of all halls.
Yeah. So all you did
Meanwhile,
was
in the Hall of Justice,
you did what collectors aren't supposed to do. You bought a really nice display case, but you have nothing to put in it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Like you bought the biggest display case you could possibly build
Mhm.
with nothing for it. Who likes gun
T
plot?
even said he's going to come down and film a collection video.
And I've got a fancy shirt on today.
I like that shirt.
I like that shirt. Yeah, it's nice.
These are Decepticons, but don't tell nobody.
Do they transform?
You have to unwrap your toys first, then I'll come down there.
That's true. It's going to be like Christmas for you, or it's going to be non-denominational.
I think
Day
that
of
would
merriment.
make a good video in of itself.
See, my line to T was like when I didn't have all my stuff out, I was like, see, you had a reason to come back.
It would be the ultimate unboxing. It would be like a 6-hour long. It would have to be a mini series.
I also did. I have to shout out Kevin because Kevin, he said he finally believes I can cook.
And 2 black people were there at the same time.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he didn't think he was invited, so he was worried that you had reached your quota, even though
I want to point out. I should point out this to. I forgot that Kevin's in the chat room. When I was shopping this week, I looked at I don't know how many McFarlane figures, and I passed over every single one of them. Just want to point that out.
I thought you were gonna be like, I talked to like 4 black people this weekend. Like, yeah, you know, you'll be fine.
I am going to see Doctor Strange tomorrow.
As am I.
Tomorrow.
Today.
I will probably see it after I finally watch Spider-Man.
Finds his way
No
home.
way home.
How do you avoid spoilers?
He can't.
I
Yeah.
don't. I just don't have time.
That movie was memed to death, like right after it came out. There's no way.
Yeah.
You know what Dave does have time for, though?
Moon Knight. Moon Knight was great.
This
I
week
love Moon
in
Knight.
repaints.
That too.
Moon Knight was my
Technically,
favorite.
Moon Knight was his own repaint.
He was.
That's true.
So this week in repaints is actually kind of a cheat because we only have one new repaint here. So we had a Transformers Tuesday with some official reveals of figures that were unofficially revealed. We know that these figures are all now going to be Target exclusives officially, and we've known that a red repaint of Cog was inevitable for some time. But did anybody think he was actually just going to be called Red Cog?
I didn't.
I thought he was going to get a unique.
Red Cog, red card.
It's God. That is just painfully lazy.
Though the irony here is that he's got a lazy name, but this isn't just a lazy repaint.
No.
Oh, and it comes with a whole bunch. Is it still regular price?
He is still regular price.
That's awesome.
I will say Dinobot looks a lot better in these pictures.
Doesn't
Pink Dinobot.
Does he?
the
Pretty sure.
claw? You know, I think before the claws were that first one we saw. The claws didn't have the paint. Weren't painted.
And the eyes weren't picked out on the chest. Went for
So
the
it
toe.
doesn't look completely like raw chicken.
Yeah. What if they named him Pink Dinobot?
I would laugh my ass off if he was Pink Dinobot. The dinosaur mode, and one thing too, I think a lot of people are probably going to swap the tail out because you notice the tip of the tail is silver here.
What color is it on Dinobot? The other one.
Remember, he was like a
Purple.
yeah, well, yeah, because everybody's like it looks kind of like
Red Rocket.
Red Rocket. So
I like the dinosaur mode. Looks way more cohesive since the legs are the same color as the body.
yeah. Yeah, truth be told, I'd probably keep him in the dinosaur mode.
In his lively
Yeah.
dainty dino mode.
I'm gonna go ahead and skip.
You're gonna see. Pterosaur we've seen before. Now he's officially revealed. I like the bot mode, as I've said before, but I agree with what Dave said.
They should name him Cherry Sore.
That Cherrysaur. That sounds bad. That sounds like somebody just lost their V card. I used my
Sounds like
red
somebody
card
lost
to
their
lose
V
my
card.
V card.
It's like somebody lost their V card but gained something else. That's why they got a cherry
What?
sore.
You lost your V card, but you got a Cherrysaur. Blackout, not a repaint. We're going to talk about Blackout in a little bit here. And then, of course, you get Red Cog, who comes with a shit ton of guns. And not only does it come with a shit ton of guns, he also comes with an adapter piece, so you can do that thing that they did on the Netflix show.
It looks
thing
like a
was that?
ooze canister.
What was that, Dave?
Which thing was that? I was trying to
That
remember.
was the backpack dual turret mode.
Oh, okay.
So,
I don't remember that.
I think
There
RC
he
did
is.
it.
yeah, RC did do it.
You know, I think they use these guns in the show as well.
Yeah, so like this is like a weapons pack. One of the guns was that gun or the little thing that Ratchet used when he was fixing Impactor. Somebody in the comments had.
Those are some cool guns. I mean, that's actually the type of thing I thought would come with a the select stuff that they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this definitely has those vibes. It's cool to see. It's going to be not a big retail release, but a wide retail brick and mortar release. I also appreciate that this isn't just a lazy repaint. They've got some green. They've got some different variations of silver, gunmetal on here. They painted the little pegs on the clip-on wheels.
The one with the 3 barrels, I think that's
That's Combiner Wars.
Yeah, Combiner Wars Prowl.
Yeah.
Good eye.
So we actually have more pictures of Red Cog here in the box that he comes in. So he's not part of Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Pterosaur and the toy version of Dinobot are, but he's going to get a regular box. The engineer actually has an Instagram post telling people, hey, be mindful because all of the accessories are just going to come wrapped in that tissue paper.
Oh, right. That was him. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
that is communication. Love it.
I think you're going to feel this stuff rattling around in there. I just feel like if you're the marketing manager and the engineer, maybe, and I said this in the show chat, maybe it's your packaging that's the problem. If you have to go through and make a post like that, I think we've harped on the eco-friendly packaging enough. We've played that Jared beating the dead horse, but somebody's getting it. I think this looks good. I think I miss the days where you got a value proposition for buying a figure that was a repaint. I think that's like really a lost art.
I'm getting it. I want those guns.
Yeah,
and another thought won't hurt.
Right. I want the guns. They could have made all these guns just this metallic gunmetal color and gotten away with it. I appreciate that they picked them out in paint. Yeah. I appreciate that the figure's well painted.
Cool.
So looking forward to this one.
I like this figure.
Next up, we get a better look at the MPM Blackout that's coming up. Again, this one is going to be another one that's exclusive to Target. Again, I think I'm probably the only person in this cast that's interested in anything MPM.
If the price plummets like the Starscream did, I'll be interested.
Yeah, he is apparently going to be,
and then the price plummeted.
150-ish from what I'm hearing.
That won't be too horrible.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going back and getting some of the figures that I missed, which is just Ratchet and Jazz at this point, I think. And probably sell my whole studio series.
I'm thinking about ditching the studio series stuff myself too, just because the movie stuff just really doesn't do it for me. They have to make so many concessions in the designs. And at least with the Masterpiece stuff, they pull off enough of the transformation that it makes me appreciate the designs. Like, well, hey, these actually could work. These could be practical. I think that paint-wise, he's the best looking of all the. I mean, they were on the streak where they're like getting better and better with each release, and then the Bumblebee Prime came out, and I think he was like 2 steps back. But
does anybody else like
I like the little Scorpion. Yeah. Like I said, I'm 50-50.
Joe, it's been forever since I've seen your collection. I can't remember if you had any movie Masterpiece.
I don't have it. I don't think I've got any movie Masterpiece, but I've got the studio series.
It's been forever since he's seen his collection too.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I have no idea what I've got, but Blackout's always one of those, like, that's one of the very few designs from those movies that I always have, like, I always like it.
Right. And I was just about to say, I'm with you. Like, it's one of the least offensive designs for me.
It looks cool.
It's like, yeah.
Because he's like so close to like Soundwave. I think a lot of people thought like early on that he was going to be Soundwave.
I believe that.
I mean, also, I think that, since he was like the first thing we saw from that, in that first movie, and that opening scene was badass.
Oh, so like, and then you heard
the first movie I really enjoyed. Like, that was like probably the only one that I really, really enjoyed.
Right.
But that opening scene was freaking awesome.
That opening scene was in some ways iconic. I remember I was there opening night, surrounded by fans. The helicopter comes down. The military chief comes out and goes, we will kill you. You saw the hologram thing kind of flicker, and then you heard the sound.
As someone that's done IT forever, I always hate in movies when you're getting hacked and it's all pictures popping up. Like, if you're going to get hacked, you're not going to know what's happening. Like, they don't actively open things as they're
Look, movies aren't gonna lie to us. So clearly, they know, and the hackers in the real life are doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what's a movie and TV trope that I that is like so cheesy it's good.
When people hang up on each other and there's dial tone.
Well, no, not that. That is a good one. But like in the early days of the internet, like when people would be like loading something and it would make noise.
Oh yeah.
Like you'd see like the progress bar, it would be like.
I thought you were going to go with how like in any of those like hacking scenes from those like older movies, there's always that conveniently placed like huge cable running up the wall.
Yes.
Like that's the thing we need to cut. Obviously, this big huge like.
Like I said, for me, it's always I'm in.
I was about to say that, a bunch of typing.
So that actually brings an idea, Jordan. That if people want that, I wonder if someone could get like a tuba, or something. Maybe even would a trumpet work? Maybe a trumpet would work. And just for people that want that, you can rent someone to be your progress bar sound effects.
I'd want a slide whistle.
You get a slide whistle is good, but it's not. That doesn't have the panache. Like if you have someone in your next cube, a slide whistle is not going to say I'm important. It's going to be a tuba.
You know, funny. Speaking of tubas,
why does that remind you of something?
Did you ever see the one Family Guy where there was just this cutaway gag? Yeah, where Stewie was following around like overweight people with the tuba. Like, there was somebody like did that on YouTube, and the guy's reaction was like priceless. He was so pissed off.
I can't imagine why.
Yeah,
like, in the frozen food section of the grocery store, the guy's like playing like burp, 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 burp.
Like the guy's trying to get like grilled chicken and be good, and somebody's just fucking up his universe. And he left the grocery store and he went to McDonald's.
Man. He was buying ice cream.
I like that one, and when Peter had his own theme music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riding on the bus.
Oh, man, it's
riding
fine.
on the
Good
bus.
music.
I wish I had no bones.
That was a good. Remember when it was good?
It was.
My cousin was the sound engineer for the first couple seasons of that show.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Yep, he was the sound engineer for that. He was the sound engineer for the Jackie Chan Adventures, for the Men in Black, for
6
Rugrats.
Degrees of Dave Loveback.
Huh? One of the coolest things he got my sister was an autographed picture of all the Rugrats. And I bet you she threw that damn thing out.
Oh no.
It's okay, I still met
What's up,
Terrence
Lark?
John.
Was it all the voice actors?
Yep.
Nice. So here, re-railing ourselves. Get a
Oh
quick
yeah,
image.
you know what though? So this is a good question. Has there been a Transformer with an Osprey outlet? I don't believe so, but that would.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was. It was in Revealed to the Shield. Hold on here.
That would be awesome. I love the Osprey.
Wouldn't it have been in Beast Wars?
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, it was Incinerator.
There you go. Aquatech.
Oh, yeah.
Something new. I learned something new.
And then there was. Oh no, that wasn't an Osprey.
You know what I really would want?
Incinerator was an actual Offspray.
No, he
Has it-
was. I was thinking there was
I never
another
actually
one.
bought one. I never actually bought him. That's one of the few ones I skipped past on for some reason.
Has anyone ever done a really good Power Glide, like, but it repainted to be like an actual, like, real life A10 Warthog instead of red?
There
no,
was the Cobra one.
that was the best.
Viper.
That was the best one ever done. I love
That
that
would be
Viper.
badass too.
Well, there was the Thrilling 30 that was done. It wasn't a really good Power Glide, but he was done in the realistic colors.
He was like a creamish, wasn't he, with red accents?
Yeah, I thought he was gray, but yeah.
Yes, yeah, he was like an off-white or something, like
Yeah.
a neutral color.
Yeah, and that
No
was
one's
like the
Ever
original.
taken a serious Power Glide
Oh,
because
that's
Power Glide
true.
people want
Yeah,
them around.
that'd be badass.
You know,
Dude,
that wasn't Thrilling 30. That was Universe. And
You're
the
right,
Universe
that
one
was
came out, he was a
Generation. Yeah,
leader.
yeah, that was Universe.
Yeah,
You're right.
he was a leader class one.
Yeah,
as
he was
well,
a big
which was yeah. because it was like Power Glide and Onslaught were both leader classes for that. And they had like lights and sounds and everything.
You know, this is making me think of, and I don't know why, but like all these like suggestions of like Apache and Warthog and all that, Osprey. Like, you could just go buy like a model of any kind of military vehicle you could possibly imagine, but there's something about him being able to transform, like being a transformer.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Chinese jet that I have, that whatever transcraft.
Well, Chinese jet. Like, you got that one Sentinel thing, which ended up actually. I figured out what that thing was.
That thing's badass too. I mean, but you could buy. I mean, you could get like a model or something, but it's just different. I don't know what it is about that, but
Larkin reminded me there's that. Larkin reminded me there's that leader class Silverbolt.
We don't talk about that.
It existed.
That was another one I passed over. Hey, here's Silverbolt, and he's just under the jet.
All right.
So what's next?
Well, just real quick, for anybody that's interested, there are size comparisons for this Blackout.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a big boy.
Yeah, so he's smaller than Megatron, but Megatron is a big figure. So here he is. His backpack comes up almost to the middle of Megatron's head. He is about the same height as Starscream. So he's going to be a big figure. What is interesting is vehicle mode here. That's a big helicopter. So there's a lot of panels that are going to come out, fill this guy out.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Bolt Matrix. Yeah, he was looking. His underside's clean.
Yeah, there were pictures of that. And the other thing, too, is the rear of it actually opens up.
I bought that Mark 44 Prime. I bought that. I have that kit, too.
So, next up for official stuff, again, this one I actually think I'm probably going to pass on. Because, again, I think I'm
we talked about this last week. I mean, we didn't have vehicle. We didn't have robot mode, or we didn't have vehicle mode pictures. Is what we didn't have. I mean, I like the hands, how they're the wheels. I do like that. I like the gun, but still, he should have just been a Bakugan. And
there's his car.
Oh God, he's such a tiny piece of shit. Never mind. The complete utter path.
Yeah,
that's everything I hate about Studio Series, right there in a nutshell. I remember buying Studio Series Jazz, and he was smaller than a freaking Scout size from Revenge of the Fallen.
The thing I don't like is you have one set of pinned on wheels and one set of clipped on. It just doesn't look cohesive at all. This doesn't look like his car mode.
That's not officially. It can't be officially licensed.
It's not.
It can't be.
There's no vehicle emblem on there whatsoever.
Complete utter 100% pass. Move on to the next. He doesn't exist in my world. I like the hands. That's kind of clever, but that's about it.
So now we're going to get into some Studio Series stuff that I do actually like. As I say, I'm wanting to get out of this. The Bumblebee movie stuff, I'm not going to get out of. I should reiterate that. I do like that for chunk scale. We get a new Age of Extinction Galvatron, properly painted this time, and a Bumblebee movie Thundercracker, who looks actually pretty awesome in those colors.
I like the face mold on the Galvatron. It looks better than the original one, and the legs look nicer.
Yeah, the weapon is appropriately sized. It's not like a huge thing. I don't like that they couldn't figure out what to do with the feet. Like, I feel like those could have folded flat on the back of the cab.
I actually didn't mind the original Galvatron figure, to be honest. The whole little pop-out thing in the back. I thought
it was kind of like they leaned into it being a shell former. They're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to go all in.
I had no problem with that either. I thought it was kind of a cool transformation that he just, like, the whole cab collapsed after you took the robot out of it.
That's it. I like the legs, but as you point out, those pieces you can't do jack shit with. That actually completely kills any desire for me.
Go back to the robot mode for a second for Galvatron. Yeah, I guess he's probably got a fair amount of panelage on his back, but it'll be interesting to see how he transforms. And like that, they're at least hiding the bulk of that cab pretty well in the organic.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a similar transformation to the original one, to be honest.
I mean, they couldn't make it into like flying nanobots.
Transformium.
That's when Elon Musk buys Hasbro.
We get a Beats Pill Transformer. An Oreo bot. Did anybody ever see that? The thing that Honest or I don't know that it was Honest Trailers, but John Bailey definitely did do the voice for it. It was like things that should have happened in Age of Extinction. And there was like a scene where like they had that, or there was a vending machine that turns into a robot. It was like an Oreo vending machine.
Actually, the more I look at this Galvatron, the less I'm liking it. I'm realizing how flat he is.
And boxy.
I mean, I had the Unique Toys one, and that thing's a work of art.
You're good.
So.
Yeah, I know. I'm passing on this thing. Never mind. Next, let's talk about Thundercracker.
Yeah. Thundercracker, I think looks great. I love these colors on him.
You weren't. You didn't
really
say
like the red.
Thundercracker got us crack-a-lackin'. Like I don't like that white at the top though. That's odd.
I do. I think what's throwing it off is maybe the white background, but I think it gives it a nice. I think it breaks up the monotony of the Tetrajet mode.
I passed on Thrust, but I might pick him up.
Yeah, Thrust is kind of an easy pass, I think.
All right, cool. Next.
All right, so now we're gonna go right into our third-party stuff. We'll get the. There's a really cool. If you clicked on the thumbnail, there's something that we're going to talk about tonight. So we're going to save
Moon
that
Knight,
for
spoilers.
last. First one, Dr. Wu Extreme Warfare Ultra Magnus color renders. Dr. Wu is doing an Ultra Magnus in that tiny scale. You got to buy their Prime, but this is armor for him that's going to make the Magnus armor. I don't know anybody that's got these yet. I don't even think Deluxe. If you're in here, I don't think. Are you getting any of these?
They're like tiny.
They are, but I think that there's
I
think these are probably like the, if you're not doing WST, these would be great to go with like your city bots. I think that there is a purpose for them. I'm glad to see that Dr. Wu is like committed to doing these and their own scale, and that the price is right on them. Because I think the thing is, week after week, we're like, man, the price of Legends is out of control.
But these are like smaller than Legends.
They are. They're like.
I dropped them into the carpet. Son of a bitch! I'll just order another.
But next up, we get a little bit more of an exciting figure. This is MechFans Toys. They're working with Mechanic Toy Legends on this. This is their Sandstorm, and this is again just a render. I wish. What's that? I wish a third-party company would give us a proper Sandstorm, because like this looks great.
Well, okay, that actually does look pretty good.
Yeah,
you're ready to fight. You're like, nah.
Like the helicopter.
Actually, I like the helicopter mode. I really like the helicopter mode. It's hell up in the Unique Toys that came out.
Yeah. And do we have a price on this one? No price on this one yet, but I just honestly think like Sandstorm's like one of the characters that a lot of people want to flesh out their
There
G1.
hasn't been a decent version of the G1 style of him, even in G1. I mean,
yeah. The best one is still that IDW style one from Thrilling 30.
And that was still just a remake of oh god, why can't I remember? Springer, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do Legends, but somebody make a Sandstorm. I'm sure they will. I'm sure we'll get a random Fans Toys one, and they'll be like, "Hey, here's your Sandstorm," and people will go nuts over them.
MMC, I want a Sandstorm.
I would love an MMC Sandstorm. Like whoever was behind Saltus, do a Sandstorm. All right, next up, Thrilla. This is Kang Toys. Predaking. This figure, I believe, forms the skirt piece for him. This looks great.
Everyone was thinking he was going to be looking all primal like that. Actually looks really good in Predacon colors.
It does.
I love the cannons on the arms.
Now, I'm sure we'll get one in primal colors. I'm sure they'll probably do something like that. This
Hammer's
does
a nice
look,
touch.
yeah, and that's going to be like the hilt of the sword.
Yeah, this is, I say this every time we talk about this, it's still the most, and not anticipated. It's just such a endeavor of combiners.
Yes, it's like, how do you make the combiner work without parts forming? Well, you have to make all the parts meaningful.
But not only that, though, it's not only parts forming, but all the parts, like I said, the feet are robots. This is so
Right,
many.
the hands are robots. The hands are a crab.
So,
But not
I
Joe.
just think me beating the dead horse. I say it every time. They shouldn't have gone for Predacons and just gone for their own thing.
I agree. Yeah, not for me, but I'm eagerly anticipating seeing people getting this whole set and combining it up. I'm sure that the people that are getting this, they're going to be super happy with it, and I hopefully I get somebody is kind enough to bring one to a meetup someday. Trying to get those back off the ground.
I'm curious where are their mini bots?
They've only done the one.
The Legend scale. Yeah, they haven't even
Yeah.
announced. I don't think they've seen any of the other ones. Like, I bought the one. I bought Dive Bomb. He's excellent. I mean, it's a gorgeous figure, but they just sort of fizzled out.
Yeah. Yeah, and that dive bomb's like the size of a Voyager.
So, I mean, if I had the money, I'd be in on this project. But then if I had the money, I'd be in on that train bot project, the Moon Studios trains.
Those are
All
pretty
right, cool.
awesome. All right, next up, Fans Hobby showing off a actual prototype of their double dealer. So last time we saw him, he was renders. He's looking pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was always just kind of a goofy character design anyway, but they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Double Dealer is always going to have a soft spot for me because I have the G1 toy. And I remember as a kid looking at it being like, this doesn't make any sense, but it's awesome.
The Power Master looks great.
And it looks like he combines up. And he stores away. Yeah. I'm 100% in on this one. So I'm looking forward to seeing this in color. And yeah, I
Joe, any
thoroughly
thoughts?
enjoyed
Not for me.
I was just making sure he wasn't on mute, folks.
I was curious if he would be bought in by the large, smooth rocket.
Actually, that would look,
Do
that would look
appreciate
really good with your nuclear blast.
If
Shut
you
the
took that rocket and slapped the SpaceX logo on it,
Hey, look,
yeah,
Got
Yeah.
a point there.
I do appreciate a large, smooth rocket.
right. I know. That's
You know?
that's what I'm talking about.
You know me all too well.
I'm just saying, like, you should just buy SpaceX logos and just shave off all of your Autobot and Decepticon logos off of all your Transformers and just replace them with SpaceX on all of them.
You know,
Or Tesla, whatever makes the most sense.
I
That would
actually,
be kind of cool to do with
So-
an Omega Supreme. Paint his hand silver for that.
I actually have two of those. What was the bull?
Good night, Benjamin.
Who did
Oh,
the
the side swipe?
the side swipe bull? I got two of them,
Yeah, Generation Toys.
and I intended to get like a little tiny Tesla logo and put it on the one bull as a stock because I'm a Tesla bull, and just like I might be the only one in the world that gets that, but I wanted to do that. But I need to commission like my wife to make me like with her little Cricut machine like logos. I don't know if too many people realize how easy that is. I mean, I haven't done it myself personally, but
You're just like it's easy for somebody. I've not tried it, but it looks
I
hella
mean-
easy.
my wife is smart. Don't get me wrong, she's
Horrible
smart,
taste in men.
but true, not the best with technology, and she cranks out designs on that Cricut machine. So I'm sure she could make me some logos. I could put repro labels out of business.
I wonder why Fans Hobby showed this thing so early with no details.
They always
Yeah,
do.
you're back on subject T.
Well, they always do. They always show like their early renders. I think it's because Fans Hobby is like the last of the third-party companies that builds hype by showing you the reveals soup to nuts. And
This looks way better.
well, it does, and I think that Fans Hobby also builds their hype based off the fact that they are like the one third-party company that does figures nobody else is doing.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. They do their own thing. They're like, y'all fighting over Soundwave, awesome. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do this shit.
Yeah, we're doing Double Dealer, Energon Prime,
Right.
do Tidal Wave, Overload.
They're actually doing Master Force is what they're doing.
Yeah.
Give me some other mode pictures.
Well, this
Right,
is all we got. But T, if you missed it, they are doing the Power Master. This is a first. Like this has not been shown in any of the previous renders, and stows away.
Ooh. I kind of like them.
So, yeah, I'm 100% in on this one. All right, well, let's get to the big Mamma Jamma. Like Toys, Metroplex. So this is a new company, and let's see. Oh, you know what? I probably have to be logged in because this is that Hutz Lionel guy is doing. Let's see. Here we go. Wrong one there. We'll go over here.
This is when we send him inappropriate pictures on his Facebook page. Folks.
Yeah, right. So we'll go here. Hutz Lionel, Troy McClure's Robot Sales Group. This is a private group, and anybody can join. And close that out so you don't do that. So this is going to be a 48-inch tall Metroplex. This is renders so far. I think this is going to be what they're like third figure planned.
But you buy a limb at a time.
No pricing on this, but I think they are taking pre-orders. And I thought that their figures were all going to be 3D printed, but this one is actually going into production. So I don't know what the deal is with what they're doing, whether they have a legit factory, whether this is going to be a homebrew. But the fact of the matter is a 48-inch tall Metroplex coming from basically a brand new company. That's kind of
It's either going to be perfection or utter crap.
right.
Nowhere in between.
Right.
Like a
48-inch.
48-inch.
what was that? That Skyfire that came out before
Chronos.
the Fans Toys. Chronos. This is going to be like. This is either going to be like the next Fans Hobby, or this is going to be the next Chronos. You're hearing it from me first.
Yeah.
From the render, it looks good, but I know that's going to be crazy priced, and I can barely pose Unicron by myself, and this thing is like 2 feet taller.
Yeah.
It's the size of a 3-year-old.
I'm personally happy with my Hasbro one. Now, I would like Hasbro to come out and make a more like if they're the way they're committed to doing Titan class. I think Triptychon's fine. I think Scorponok is amazing. I wouldn't be opposed to them saying like, look, Thrilling 30 was what was that 2015?
13.
13, yeah.
God damn.
So they're like Thrilling 30. That was 9 years ago. I think it's pretty safe to remake Metroplex, remake Fort Max, make them their own unique molds give them better engineering, make them look like they're G1.
I think they still consider that Metroplex viable, and they keep creating new stuff to go with it.
Right. They did COG. They did 6-gun.
COG was for Fort Max, but yeah.
I'm sorry, not COG.
They did 6-gun.
Wait.
That other guy. The big blocky dude. I forgot what his name is.
Yeah.
Slammer.
Slammer. Thank you.
Slammer and 6-gun.
Yeah. Because Slammer actually formed a tower for him. And they were like, yeah, it's compatible. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's an older figure. It's aging out, so. And also, the other thing, too, is it has voice clips from War for, or was it Fall? I can't remember. I always mix the two up. I think it's Fall of Cybertron. So I always viewed that Fort Max as being more like it's Thrilling 30, but it's got kind of like an amalgamation of all the, you know, Fort Maxes. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
None of us will probably be able to afford this. Next.
I'm not in on it. So unless they were to, like you said, sell it by the limb, and there was somebody coming out saying like the quality is there.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh boy, no spoilers, dude.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
One more thing too before we move on. This face sculpt, like I get that this is a render, but if you're gonna do like a face like this in your render, that also doesn't give me good vibes. Like do a neutral face for something like this,
Well,
or
step
show
on
that
a
it's
Lego.
coming. What's that, Dave?
He stepped on a Lego.
Yeah, it does look like he stepped on a leg. Or it's your wife found out about me face. All right. Next up, we'll get out of our Transformers news and we'll go right into some Power Rangers news. This one probably will appeal to Dave. The Wild Force Blue Ranger was announced.
Oh, cool.
So I actually did see the Lost Galaxy Blue Ranger with the little or was it?
So did I. I just can't remember if I bought the silver, the 2-pack with the silver, with the Psycho Silver.
Yeah.
Because I got him with that too.
Yeah, I did buy that 2-pack with the Psycho Silver. It's packed up somewhere.
That's cool.
Yeah. Next up, we had a yesterday there was a May the 4th Pulse event.
Probably one of the worst ones to date.
Yes, it was. So a lot of the stuff we're just gonna skip. Like the vintage box set. I understand their commitment to eco-friendly packaging, and I kind of want to discuss this a little bit. If you're going to do a collector set like this, shouldn't you try, like, you kind of lose your appeal for the MIB collectors or MISB collectors. Am I not wrong here?
Well, yeah. I mean, for something like this, I gotta say this: these 5 POA things, those look best.
You want to see them. You want to know they're there. Otherwise, just having the boxes, the artificial shelfware, I'm not a fan of that.
I don't hate that. I don't mind that.
Like, to me, the reason I dislike
this I wouldn't have. This I think should have gotten a window.
100% should have got a window. They could have put the plastic on this. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a waste, especially like when they're and rightfully they're still committed to doing it on their other stuff, like Return of the Jedi Leia. We get her in her Ewok Village attire.
You know, the fact is they had that dress still means that there was a woman on that planet at one point, and the Ewoks.
No, the Ewoks are savages. They're cannibals. They're not
That's what I
cannibals.
said.
but
They
they're
ate.
murderous.
There was another woman on that planet, and they ate her.
They're murderous savages. Yep. Everyone thinks they're cute and cuddly.
Until they try to eat you.
Not sure this is the best likeness to Carrie Fisher either.
No, I've seen.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
they've
of
done
things I
better.
don't like about this figure.
It kind of like in this pose, it reminds me of an old Power of the Force figure.
It looks like she's about to speak with a Scottish accent, saying, "I'm not going to marry any of them men." If you've ever seen Brave.
Then we get to the Cantina Band. They're doing the Cantina Band. Going back to
Technically,
the retro
those are
side.
army builders.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, you have to buy 8 of them.
Play the same song again.
Yeah.
Yep, 2 versions. One gets one set of instruments, and the other deluxe box set gets the other. So you only technically have to buy one deluxe box set, and then get a bunch of the regular releases.
I still think this might have been better as like a PulseCon exclusive or an Amazon exclusive, just to get them all in one clip.
I wouldn't contest that.
Because who's going to be like, I got one Cantina Band member. I'm happy with my purchase. Like, I think this is an all or nothing sort of thing.
I mean, for customizers, there are a lot of Biff characters in the expanded universe too that he could be customized into. So it's at least it's something. But yeah, you gotta be committed to the modal nodes to
Yeah.
to get the whole band together.
You know what would have been kind of cool, actually? Do 2-packs. Do, like, one with, like, the Walrus face and a Cantina Band. One with the, "I don't like you, he doesn't like you either" guy. And a Cantina Band member. Like, each member of the bar with a Cantina Band.
Right.
That, I think, would have been a neat 2-pack idea.
Well, those 2 were just released in the last wave. Ponda Baba and
Hey!
Dr.
Hot
Evasian.
Cheeto Finger has upgraded his name from Hot Cheetos to Death Reigns.
I will not remember that.
I'll remember it. 187th Battalion.
It's more troopers. This is Mace Windu's battalion.
It's a Stormtrooper.
And it's
It's
an
a
exclusive.
clone.
Walgreens exclusive.
So
Troop builders should never be exclusives.
apparently the all the promo images of Mace Windu's battalion has them in purple highlights, except the official. When they had them come out on the show, they're like, "Nope, dark red." Like, oh, okay.
Speaking of Mace Windu, what's the over/under on him appearing in Kenobi?
I say not likely.
Not likely.
I'm going with the not likely.
I knew Darth Vader was going to be in it.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Not bloody likely.
I went from having no problem finding Walgreens exclusives.
I'm gonna
to never
say-
seeing
I don't see Toys and Walgreens up
Probable.
here, period.
You think it's
I haven't
probable?
Yeah.
I have not seen any of the Baron Zemos, and I really want that Jigsaw.
Now, I did see one Baron Zemo
Why didn't you get it?
because I'm good with the one that came out years ago.
This one's better.
Mm.
I can double check.
As you can tell, I have zero interest in this droid.
Yeah, this is a New Republic droid.
They're in like
Oh
what,
god,
2
then it's
episodes.
gunned down.
They're in, but they're in both seasons of The Mandalorian. They made a point to say that while he does resemble K2SO or the K2 models, it is entirely new mold because it's significantly shorter.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Was it a partial K2?
It is not. They said it looks like it, but they couldn't get it to work, so they had to do an entire new mold for it.
Hoping it has ankle tilt. That's the one thing, like looking at it head on. I can't tell from the 2 pictures if it does or not.
I think
K2
that's so. Here's the thing: like, go back, throw your brain into the sand crawler from A New Hope. Like, those are fun droids. This is not You kind of did this with K2SO and it worked, but this is just it's humanoid droid with a square head. Like why
You mean a
couldn't it have had
Cylon? It's
Why-
a
why-
Cylon.
right? Why couldn't it have had 4 arms or treads on its feet or come on, guys?
This kind of looks like one of the generic droid. Did you ever play Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah, it's just a background character droid,
Yeah.
and it should have been like they could do better. You guys,
God,
like
what?
It looks like a low-rent protocol droid.
Well, the good thing about this one is he has a gun. K2 doesn't even have that.
Well, he asked for a gun and they didn't give it to him until the very end of the movie.
Like, as much as we're getting these gaming greats figures, come on, where is he? Where is HK-47?
Well, and if you were in the live chat, like everybody was chanting the same thing. Where is Starkiller?
Yeah.
Why?
Yes.
Why are we still doing this? Like,
I
come on,
agree.
guys. You will sell the ever-loving shit out of it, and you're gonna make a light side. You're gonna make a dark side. You're gonna make a Force Unleashed 2 version. You're gonna milk the shit out of that
What was
mold.
the Jump
Killer
Planet
is-
costume where he had the scarf? He looked like Raziel from Soul Reaver.
Right. You can milk the shit out of it, and people will buy it over and over
Listen,
and over.
Starkiller
I would
is
buy a $40 Starkiller.
Right. And
Starkiller
Winston
is
is
one of the most lost opportunities completely in the Star Wars franchise.
Oh, 100%.
A bigger
And
lost
he-
opportunity than Jason Solo, which still would have been a better movie.
he could still be introduced. They could still throw it. Not Jason Starkiller. They could still throw that in. I agree with Winston 1000%. Where is the R2 unit with legs? How cool is that? And y'all are going to deluxe box the shit out of it, so just do it and get it out on the shelf.
You
And
know,
the
you
other-
know what they
Move on.
really need to
Move
do?
on.
Hang on.
All right. Sorry, let's get the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Move along.
Well, wait. There's just one crossover figure that needs to happen.
Okay.
The R2-D2 Hulkbuster.
That is pretty cool.
We can do that.
So, new Vader helmet. I
did pre-order this.
Yeah.
Is Lexi
I
gonna
have
wear
the,
that now?
We can both breathe heavily.
I told T, I said this was more or less expensive than I thought it was going to be, but more expensive than I hoped it was going to be.
How much is it?
So, I what was it, like 120, I think?
Yeah.
Now, I was
That's not too
expecting
bad. That's better than
right,
I mean, that.
right. I was
Cobra
expecting
Commander was
about
$100.
right. I was expecting around 175 or so, but I was hoping for 100 even.
Are we going to see Hayden Christensen mask off in Kenobi?
That's
Probably.
a spoiler, Joe. We don't do that on this show. You're gonna have to wait your ass till the end of the month.
Actually, Matt, how many GameStop points do you have?
I don't have a GameStop rewards program.
I was gonna say this would be an awesome thing to gut your account for.
Right. No, I pre-ordered it. I got it on Amazon or Tamazon.
Does this have a voice modulator?
No, I think it's just sound effects.
Yeah, I think it just does the breathing sound effects.
It also does it totally separates into the different mask parts.
It's
Yeah.
essentially the same as the one I have.
Right. And then
It's
when
just-
you place the bucket head part down, it does the thwoop sound from the his meditation chamber.
Yeah, I saw her with the Darth helmet version.
Mine doesn't have batteries in it right now, but I have it right here. So the original one does not have any of the silver on there.
Or the red eye. It's not red eyes, right?
Yeah, not red eyes. They're actually that amber color.
Yeah.
So here, let me solo lay out myself here. Yeah, this one's completely black. You can take the dome off. It's a fixed one with magnets, which is nice because every time you put it back on, it will line itself back up.
That's pretty cool.
Kinda.
So I say that as I'm on camera.
I wish they did that with the Cobra Commander helmet.
And then the bottom, the back part, it's on with like some clasps. So
You don't scare the dogs with that.
they are terrified of it. So when you get it onto yourself, like you actually have to undo these.
Yeah, it's pretty elaborate.
So it's a very, very elaborate helmet. Like all the Black Series helmets, and you can see in here, there's the magnets. Yeah, all the Black Series helmets I can say are very, very well made. Each one of them gets better and better. But the only one that has a voice modulator in it is the Kylo Ren, and that voice modulator does not work well. So I think they're better off with just the sound effects there. So we'll get into the other prop is Kenobi's lightsaber. This is the Ultimate FX one. So
Kenobi. You can find that on Fortnite right now.
You can wear all the Star Wars helmets, and you can wear them all comfortably. I have, let's see, I have Kylo Ren, I have Luke, Poe, Mandalorian, I got Boba Fett, and they're all actually very comfortable helmets. And they're designed for adults, not designed to fit kids first. So,
F them kids.
This has a detachable blade. I like the stand that they're using for this, because the Kylo Ren lightsaber was just this acrylic piece that was like complete dog shit.
So is Vader's.
Yeah.
And they made a point to say that the stands are compatible with each other, so you can have them lined up and they'll all fit together and whatnot.
It'd be nice if they sold the stands on like Pulse separately, so you could replace the crappy ones. This is pricey. This one's like what, 170 something.
I actually didn't find that listing, so I'm not sure.
And we're getting HK87 coming up down the line.
Oh.
And it looks like this is going to be, I guess that it's going to be that one Luke that was supposed to come with the Rancor.
Probably.
So
I'll allow it. Deep fake Luke. I hope it's a new deep fake and not the original.
Well, I mean, the thing is, they struggle getting Mark Hamill's likeness. So
I saw 2 figures today that was like perfect almost.
The SHF.
That, and I'm trying to think of, it was like a knockoff SHF too.
Mm-hmm. Jordan, do you have the Kenobi figure that was revealed?
That looks like it's in the Revenge of the Fifth stuff. I'm here we go. I got it. So boom. So they did a lineup here, and we get the new Kenobi figure for the Black Series with a soft goods cloak, which is refreshing to see.
Oh, awesome!
So he comes with 3 accessories. He comes with his lightsaber, a blaster, and something that was removed from the package that we don't know what it was. So it's probably some plot point that they don't want to reveal in the movie or in the miniseries.
Is anyone nostalgic for those retro figures?
No, not in the slightest.
I've never met a single person that openly was, but I'm sure that a lot of the people, I mean, they do sell, which
They keep making them.
Yeah. No, I like how hip he looks with the robe, with the way the pants are around the ankle.
It looks so charming.
It looks like something somebody would actually be wearing outside, right?
I'm sure Hasbro is going to make those Thor helmets. That seems to be like an inevitability.
Cool.
I do like that he's got like the new style neck. You can kind of see in the pictures here.
I don't think that likeness is super spot on. It's hard to tell from this distance. It's hard to tell from this distance.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the reveal pictures I seen of him today, he didn't look like himself to me.
Without the robe, though, he just kind of looks like a Pirates of the Caribbean extra.
Yeah. With the robe, he's very much Space Jesus.
Let's say, you give him a hammer and give him a hammer, and he looks like a carpenter from, the. I can't see the BC era, but I can't see the AC era after either.
You probably could like sneak this guy into like a religious family member's mantle, and they'll never be the wiser. Just take the lightsaber away.
I mean, if you were going to have a 1/12 scale nativity scene,
well, why would adult Jesus be in the nativity scene?
Well, he would be.
They made a whole book about this. Did you not read it?
He would be in the pram, the child's pram.
Maybe it could be juice.
No, he would be in the basket.
Because he was born
what
with
is
a
so
full
hard to
beard.
understand about this?
Not only is Jesus white, he was born with a full beard in the Middle East.
Right, and full size with a soft goods cloak.
God, now I'm thinking about like that scene in Talladega Nights, where they're like praying to like sweet 8-pound, 11-ounce baby Jesus, and the dad is like all upset. He's like, he was a grown man. He had a beard.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, there you go. Now see, this dude's thinking with portals.
There you go.
Who's thinking with portals?
Put him with the Christmas Stormtroopers. That's perfect. He can go with your Christmas Black Series.
That's gonna be perfect. I'm gonna have him on the sleigh with the Christmas Stormtroopers.
Nope.
Exactly.
Nope. Better. You have him at the head of the table with the Christmas Stormtroopers, them holding Happy Birthday.
That's true. You could do a Last Supper scene with your 1/12 series figures, and you have.
Ooh,
a good
you can have Mace Windu as Judas.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't Anakin be Judas?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
Anakin is Judas.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why is it got to be Mace Windu?
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
What else we got?
All right. Last up, we got a figure from NECA. It wouldn't be figure action if we didn't have a NECA turtle, I think. We knew this was coming. The Secret of the Use Shredder looking
Ninja Turtle wave, huh?
Looking pretty much done. So
Pretty much dumb.
I
like it. I like it too.
The dandelion is a nice touch.
That's
Bendy
exactly
wire
how
too?
I would have him posed.
Come on, because you got to have him going with your Toka and Razor going, the babies. I always liked this design of Shredder better than the first movie.
Really, I'm the opposite.
I've always hated the big giant helmet.
Yeah.
On both movies.
I like the serrated helmet better. I don't
Yeah,
know why.
I mean, they made a point to show you the serrations. Like, they were sharpening it in the movie.
Yeah.
So, obviously...
He's got to put that helmet on just right or he's in trouble.
I like that he's got the injuries from the trash compactor visible on his face.
And from Splinter. Wasn't it from Splinter, too?
I think from both.
When Splinter was a rat. Was a
Well,
real
no,
rat.
he just had the one.
Well, the movie one had that. He had the cuts down the eye.
Yeah, but not the like this extent on the face.
Oh, the rat has a name.
Well, one thing was cool besides the giant helmet. His costume was super close to the comics and cartoon.
Yeah, it's
Well,
purple.
That was more the movie. That was more like the cartoon. I like the movie one, the first movie one, because it was closer to the Mirage look.
Yeah, I mean you get best of both worlds with having both. I plan on displaying him in front of my Super Shredder just to kind of like show like a transformation sort of thing.
You could have this Shredder holding the TGRI canister between his hands with his arms up, and then have the other Shredder in the back, the Super Shredder in the background, and you could have then your hot rod to Rodimus.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm
next
thinking
to
of
it.
doing.
Yeah, do that. That's
Figure
Yeah.
action points to Matt.
I'll tell you what I always did like about this movie Shredder though is that he's not like modern bad guys action figures, all that. They all of them have to be super buff. Now, Super Shredder aside, obviously that was a thing, but this actor and this character was always cut like a martial artist. Like, he wasn't jacked. He was relatively small and he wasn't some super Michael Bay over the top asshole. He was
Still a horrible martial artist.
well.
He
He
number
has a
one in
cape,
martial arts.
man.
You don't rush.
What,
You
what
let them come
what
to
did
you.
Edna say? No capes.
Well, I mean,
But he has anger.
you don't know, man. I mean, we didn't see him take his shirt off. He could have been super cut.
Well, no, he did have his shirt off in the flashback sequence.
I guess what I'm saying is he's not like super like 2020 superhero jacked. He's a regular dude.
Isn't it kind of funny how like the action here is like the 80s and 90s, like until Arnold came like on the scene, like people, well, I should say like the 70s and early 80s, like until Arnold came on the scene, like they were more believable. And then you'll get like younger Stallone, like post Rocky, like he was very lean.
Well, that was one of the reasons I used to love Mel Gibson action movies. He got the crap kicked out of him at the end of every movie. He always pulled a victory from the skin of his teeth. He took a punch and he staggered. He didn't just stand right back up and say, "Give me another."
Oh, Bruce Willis was like that too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, he
Bruce Willis.
was. Well, until Unbreakable.
Yeah, well, Unbreakable, he still gets the shit kicked out of him. He just won't go down for the count.
And that's one of the things that makes Charlie Cox's Daredevil good.
Yes.
It's the same kind of thing. It's like this dude isn't. This dude it's a regular dude. It's
And
not,
Frank Bernathal's Punisher.
which I still
Don't
haven't
get me
seen.
wrong, though, I appreciate a good rock action movie. Like, have you seen some of the stuff coming out for Black Adam?
No.
He is so freaking jacked in that.
Well, The Rock like probably like eats like steroids for breakfast.
Oh,
No, but he stays
he's an
pretty.
entire cow marinated in steroids every day.
There's no
He
way you
lives
can
in the
get
gym.
that big at his age without doing it. Like I know he's like still dedicated to what he does, but he's like a modern day like Arnold.
If you saw like Sting right now is still doing shit that he should not be doing because he again lives at the gym and he is not on roids.
Yeah. The Rock is in the gym every day.
Well, he like also his diet is like super restrictive, but
It is.
like he's just like even though he's in the gym every day, he's just like inhumanly big. Like he's got to be taking something.
He needs no help with, like, when you put that like Black Adam outfit on him.
They probably just
There's
painted
no,
on him.
like, yeah, there's no padding, there's no post effects to make him look bigger. Now we have other like Chris Hemsworth, you know, he can do that too because he's a pretty big guy, he's ripped and everything. But The Rock, just man, he is unnaturally.
They probably take that Flex Steel shit and just paint it on him. Like it's just,
It's just what it looks like. He
Matt,
just looks
don't get any
like,
ideas.
he looks like a comic book, like you would draw a comic book character. That's what.
I guess that's like the point.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it's kind of funny though. Going back to Arnold, you know, of all the comic book characters he played, it was Mr. Freeze, and he was covered up by like the cryo
that was
suit.
really weird.
If there's
Remember,
ever anyone who should have played Colossus, it should have been Arnold.
No, he should have been Bane. Like he was in a movie with Bane, and the guy that they got playing Bane wore like a prosthetic suit. I mean, granted, in Batman Forever, Bane was like the worst version of Bane ever.
It wasn't really Bane.
No, yeah, it was like Poison Ivy took an inmate and was like,
The best guy to ever play Bane, they never got, and that would have been Brock Lesnar.
I could see that.
Actually, Batista would have been a great Bane.
Batista would have been an
Have
amazing
you all
Bane.
seen the Batman?
You're absolutely correct there, Zero. I apologize. Batista actually, he should have played Bane. You're right. Dang it, son of a bitch! Why didn't I think of that?
Have you guys?
I haven't seen it yet just because of time. Like, we have access to HBO Max, and it's hard. It's been hard finding 3 hours.
See what?
Dune.
Oh,
It's good. I do recommend it. I don't,
What movie
It's
did you ask
very
about?
different. It's more of like a psychological serial killer, like like a Hannibal Lecter type movie.
Did you ask about the Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did see it, and it may be my favorite Batman movie.
It's really good. I'm undecided on whether I really like it over like the Nolan Batman, but very, very good. Very impressed with Pattinson and the job that he did. But the reason why I thought about that was we were talking about Mr. Freeze, and there's rumors going around that that Mr. Freeze would make a logical next choice for a follow-up to the Batman, because
I agree.
You can really play on that. Like, one of the things that made the Batman so good was like this villain, the Riddler, this version of the Riddler is like that could be a real thing. Like that just a normal guy that just goes over the edge, and like that could be like that could happen in real life. It has happened in real life.
Right.
Mr. Freeze, obviously you can't give him the cartoony freeze gun and all that stuff, but the idea of this doctor who just will go through whatever he has to do to save his wife's life, could make a really good movie.
I think they should go full cartoon.
But Mr. Freeze can be such a tragic villain.
Yes.
That's again, the best villains are usually ones that you understand their motivation, and his is like there was I saw the last panel. I don't know, Dave or one of you guys that are big into comic books can probably tell me. It was one where Freeze made it like changed the weather and made it snow, and at the end of the series, like Batman tried to stop him and ended up catching up with them at Nora's grave, and he said, "Today's Nora's birthday," and it was snowing like that was her favorite thing, was when it snowed on her birthday, and I just wanted my wife to be happy. And Batman's like standing over Freeze and like doesn't say anything. He just puts his hands on his shoulder, like
But prior to what Paul Dini and Bruce Timm did, Mr. Freeze was kind of like a B tier, two-dimensional kind of character.
No,
they touched on that a little bit.
Say other characters I think might work well. Hugo Strange would also probably translate well to that Batman universe.
Victor Zad.
Well, they set up the Arkham stuff, so Strange would make for a very good one.
They also set up Hush.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Not that there's spoilers that we're talking about.
Oh, no. We wouldn't do that.
Right. Anything else?
And when Professor X showed up in it, I mean, that just blew my mind. I wasn't expecting that at all.
I thought it was the part when Ryan Reynolds reappeared as Green Lantern.
Yeah, that was Deadpool.
The Batman and the Multiverse of Madness.
Would watch.
But Shredder.
That's what if that's a good idea. What if DC and Warner Brothers has been secretly like fooling us, and they're gonna do what is it called? Is it Crisis on Infinite Earths or whatever their huge crossover is? And they just take every fucking like iteration and movie that they've had and just smash it all together and have all
They
the
did.
Batmans.
They already did. That's what's going on with the Flash.
But right, with Keaton and all that. But I mean, like bring Robert Pattinson in, bring that Joaquin Phoenix Joker in, and just be like, oh look, Crisis.
Well,
Crisis
in a way, they kind of did that with the Flash too, because Ezra Miller showed up in the TV show The Flash.
Right. But then he got drunk.
Is that where he
and got into a fight or something, right? Or didn't he? Did he poop in the same bed as Amber Heard? He did something wrong.
He did multiple things wrong. He slammed a fan.
He definitely shot the bed with his career. Let's put it that way.
And the other thing he did too was like he was staying with this couple in Hawaii and like threatened to kill them and threw bar stools and stuff.
Yeah, he's done.
He's got
not necessarily done.
He's done.
I think he's done.
No, there's always a home for him on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Well, yeah.
Like that's
And,
the thing. Like
I
what
just,
kind
I
of
just,
moron?
I think he's done as the Flash, and I think Warner
And
Bros.
he can also do an Asylum film where he plays really, really fast man.
That's true.
I don't understand what kind of a moron. Like he has an entire movie, like a franchise rebooting movie coming out to his and you go and fuck up your career.
You know who
like
also
that.
did that? Andrew Garfield did that.
But you know what? Maybe he's pissed because they announced this movie, 8 years ago? They announced that they were making this movie before the TV show The Flash came on.
Yeah.
And The Flash just had its, 9th season?
But who announced it though?
Well,
Ezra Miller announced it because he came back in time and told us about it. He wasn't supposed to do that. He fucked up the timeline.
He did.
Good job, Wally. I mean, Barry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's unfortunate. I'm curious, like if WB is going to be. I like for one, like Amber Heard, like going back to her, she's only in like 10 minutes Aquaman 2. I think that they'd be smart as fuck to go and say like, hey, Amelia Clark, we understand you want to do this. People like you and Jason Momoa, let's spend a couple $1 million to shoot 10 minutes of footage and digitally insert you in there.
Look,
Because
With other movies before.
they did it with that movie with Kevin Spacey.
I was gonna
They
say with
took,
Christopher Plummer taking over
Yeah.
all of Kevin Spacey's roles. Yes.
And did you guys watch that zombie movie?
Hunt for Red October.
No, the last
Mohican.
the last Living Dead movie or whatever it was. I think it might have went right to Netflix.
Army of
But there
the
was
Dead?
a comedian.
The Zack Snyder one.
The Zack Snyder
Army
one,
of the
yeah.
Dead.
Army of the Dead, yeah. So there was a comedian that was one of the characters, and when he was accused of like beating his girlfriend or whatever, they had hired another comedian, Tig Notaro, to reshoot all of his scenes. So they reshot everything he was in with just her, and then they digitally put her in the movie. So, like, I think there's like scenes where she's acting with Dave Bautista, and I saw an interview with her, and she's like, "Yeah, I've never actually met Dave Bautista. I was just on a green screen." And they did. It blended in like really good. So they could do it. If they want to bring in another actress, they could totally take her out.
The petition to remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2 is past 3 million signatures, which it is. I think WB should take that into account, that a lot of people are just going to be like,
Yeah,
I'm
but
not going to
this
see
movie's
this movie
been
if she's in it.
delayed so many times, dude. I mean, they're working on. It's almost 10 years since they announced this movie was going to be made.
Yeah.
I don't think they can stomach another delay.
They might have to.
They might. They could just
Well,
put a poop emoji over her face every time.
Now that I hate to see.
Maybe they're waiting to see how the case goes.
I don't think they need to wait. I think that the thing is like I think a lot of people realize that they turned their back on Johnny Depp, and
Yeah, I think the court of public opinion
No,
is in.
I will say this: there better be a scene in Aquaman 2 when he's on the surface and someone says, "Hey, is what Peacemaker said true?"
I need to watch that show.
Yes,
Oh,
you
it's
do.
amazing.
I need to watch that. I
Oh,
heard
Matt, you
nothing.
probably finished Peacemaker.
I finished it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I haven't even started, so I need to watch it.
Oh, dude, you need to watch Peacemaker because you're gonna want to taste it.
I'm behind on Moon Knight, and I'm behind on a lot of things.
It will be a wonderful palate cleanser from Moon Knight.
Yeah, I've only seen
And
one.
more episodes in Moon Knight.
I loved how Moon Knight ended, though. I just screamed at the TV.
Moon Knight is my favorite Marvel series.
And
Oh,
once
better than
again,
WandaVision?
Mezco, I know Mezco, you're watching. I need you to make me a Mezco Mr. Knight figure.
Well, I was gonna
Right
say,
now.
you know, they did Moon Knight already.
yeah,
I have their Moon Knight.
Yeah, I don't. I wish I did.
I wanted the black and white suit.
I would love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I only have the. I got the white suit one.
Yeah, Yeah, I wish
I
I
got
had
2
that.
blades, and I got the white suit. I would love to get the black and white one, but I'm happy for the one I have. But absolutely, they need to make me a Mr. Knight figure because that would work so well with their soft goods.
I mean, they're halfway there with that Casino Gomez. Like, he's already got the suit. They're just gonna change the colors and put the details.
They need to change the vest. Yeah, but yeah, and give him the Escrima sticks.
The excrement sticks.
Escrima, Escrima. It's a
I'm gonna
Filipino
say-
martial art where you use 2 staffs, where you use 2 small sticks. That's how Nightwing fights.
Gotcha. Not Amber Heard or Mr. Hanky.
No. On that note,
yeah, I think that'll do it for tonight. So again, thanks to everybody who hung out with us in the chat tonight. Sportimus, we already gave you a shout out, but I hope you're doing better, buddy. I hope you catch the show on the rerun and just know we're all thinking about you and get well.
I think he's been busy on Twitter.
Hey, he's got to keep busy somewhere.
agreed.
So, at any rate, make sure you slammed that like button, you rang the notification bell. I will have the giveaway up this weekend with the new shirt, so look out for that. Toy Mafia, dude, thanks. Thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out. You're always one of the first people in the chat. We love you, man. And yeah, so we'll see you all again.
It was great seeing you, Joe. We had Joe.
Yeah, we had the full cast. Hopefully this is a trend to continue. This is a lot of fun going off on tangents and a more podcasty format. So anyway, make sure that you also check out that link in the description below for Figure Action t-shirts. Anyway, stay safe. We love you all. We'll see you all here 9 o'clock Eastern next Thursday on the YouTube channel. Peace out. Have a good one.
Laters.